In this lecture, we will learn how to work with variables in GitHub Actions. So here we have this workflow. I call it build and deploy, and we want to trigger this workflow on the push event. And here in the jobs section, we have two jobs. We have first of all the Docker job, where we simulate building a Docker image, then log in to Docker, and finally pushing the image to Docker Hub. And then we have the deploy job, where we simulate creating a container using the created Docker image. In GitHub Actions, we can define variables either at the step level, at the job level, or at the workflow level. First of all, we will learn how to work with variables at the step level. So for example, here in the Docker job, first of all, we have this step for simulating building a Docker image. Here we echo this message, Docker build, then we specify the container registry, the Docker username, and finally the image name. Here, for example, instead of hard coding the container registry, the Docker username, and the image name, in the command, we can define variables using the env keyword. And here we specify the variables that we want to define in a key value format. For example, we can define the container registry. So we have the container registry. We will set it, for example, to docker.io. Then we have the Docker username. So I will set it to my name. And finally, I will define another variable for the image name. So I will set it to up. And then here, when we execute this command, instead of using these values, we will fetch the values from the variables that we define at the step level. Okay, so here we will specify first of all the container registry. And then we have the Docker username. And finally, we have the image name. And here, because these variables are defined at the step level in this step, they are available and accessible only in this step. Okay, so we cannot access them, for example, from this step where we simulate pushing the image, or for example in the deploy job. So let's now commit the changes and see the execution of the workflow. So let's see the execution of the workflow. So we go here to the Actions tab. So now we see that the workflow was triggered. So the Docker job was executed successfully. So first of all, it starts by setting up the job, and then here we have the build step, where we simulate building the Docker image. And here we see that we execute the echo command to display this message, docker build -d, and then we fetch the values from the variables that we defined at the step level. So here we have docker.io, which is the value given to the container registry variable. Then we have here the username coming from the Docker username variable, and then which is the value coming from the image name variable that we defined at the step level. So that's how we can define variables at the step level. We can define variables also at the job level if we need them in different steps. Okay, for example, here for the container registry, the Docker username and the image name, we need them in the build step where we simulate building the Docker image, and we need them also here in the push step where we simulate pushing the Docker image. Okay, so it is better here to define these variables at the job level, and we can do that by moving the env section where we define this variable to the job level in the Docker job. So now these variables are defined at the job level in the Docker job, so they can be accessible by any step in this job, okay, in the Docker job. So we can access them here in the build step. We can access them in the login step where we simulate logging in to Docker. So here, instead of hard coding the username, we can fetch the value given to the Docker username variable. So here, instead of hard coding the value, we will use the Docker username variable to fetch the username. The same here for pushing the image. So here, instead of hard coding the container registry, the Docker username and the image name, we will fetch these values from the variables that we have defined at the job level in the Docker job. Okay, so here we use these variables to fetch the container registry, the username, and the image name. Let's commit the changes again and see the execution of the workflow after defining the variables at the job level. So let's go here to the Actions tab. So now our workflow was triggered again. So the Docker job was executed successfully. And here we see that in the build step, so here we fetch these values from the variables defined at the job level. The same for the login step. So here we fetch the username from the Docker username variable that we have defined at the job level. And finally, the same for the push step. So here we fetch the container registry, the username, and the image name from the variables that we have defined at the job level in the Docker job. And here we find the values that we have set for these variables. Okay, when we define variables at the job level, the variables will be available for all the steps of this job, so they can be accessed from any step of this job, but they will not be accessible from the steps of the remaining jobs. Okay, for that we have to define variables at the workflow level. So if we want to make our variables available for all the jobs and make them accessible from any step of any job, we have to define them at the workflow level. Okay, And we can do that by moving the env section to the workflow level. For example, here after the on keyword, here we define our variables at the workflow level so they can be accessible from any step of any job because they are defined at the workflow level. So here, for example, when we simulate creating a container using the Docker image, here instead of hard coding the container registry, the username, and the image name, we can fetch the values from the variables that we have defined here at the workflow level. So let's remove that and replace it with the variables that we have defined here at the workflow level. Okay, so now let's commit the changes and see the execution of the workflow. So let's go here to the Actions tab. So the workflow was triggered again. Let's see the execution of the Docker job. Here in the Docker job, we still fetching the values from the variables that we have defined now at the workflow level in all the steps. So here we see that we fetch the values from these variables. The same for the login step and the push step. Okay, let's go to the deploy job. So here the docker.io comes from the container registry variable. This name comes from the Docker username, but we are not able to access the image name because the variable name used here is wrong. So it is not the name that we have defined here at the workflow level. So let's correct that and push the changes. So let's go back now to the Actions tab. So the workflow was triggered. So let's go here to the deploy job. So it was completed successfully, and if we go here to this step, so now we are able to fetch the image name from the variable defined at the workflow level. Okay, so what we have to know here is that we can define variables either at the step level, at the job level, or at the workflow level. Variables defined at the workflow level are accessible from all the jobs of the workflow. Variables defined at the job level are only accessible from the steps of this job, and variables defined at the step level are only available and accessible from this step. Okay, so that's all for now. I hope that everything is clear, and thank you very much.